Welcome to Pre-Algebra Summer Review number 12, Solving Two-Step Equations. It's very important that you understood the last two lessons and how I require you to show work in order to do these properly. So if you didn't watch the last two videos, it might be a good idea to go in and watch videos for review number 10 and review number 11 to make sure that you understand it. If you did understand those two lessons and you know how to show your work, then solving two-step equations is simple. Just remember that you always add or subtract first, then multiply or divide. If you do this, you will be successful. If you try to do it the other way, you're going to cause problems. So let's take a look at it. Our equation says 2 times x minus 8 equals 4. The first thing we know that we need to do is isolate this variable term. To do that, we've got a negative 8 with it, so we're going to add 8 to both sides. Remember I said to add or subtract first. When I add negative 8 plus 8, I get 0, so I'm left with 2x equals 4 plus 8, which is 12. Now I want to isolate my variable of x. To do that, this says 2 times x equals 12. And because it's multiplication, I'm going to divide both sides by the number sitting there with the 2, or the coefficient that's sitting with the x, I'm sorry. So divide both sides by 2. These two are going to cancel out and leave you with x. 12 divided by 2 is 6. You can check your work on these the same as the others. They're a little bit more difficult because they require a little more work, but not too much. So we got 2 times x minus 8 equals 4. So we'll substitute in 6 for x. So 2 times 6 minus 8 equals 4. 2 times 6 is 12. Minus 8 equals 4. 12 minus 8 is 4. 4 equals 4. So since the both sides are equal, the meaning of an equation, then we were correct. Let's look at number 2. Number 2 says x divided by 2 plus 4 equals 8. So we need to isolate this variable term. To do that, we have a positive 4, so we're going to subtract 4 from both sides. 4 minus 4 is 0. That leaves us with x divided by 2 equals 8 minus 4. 8 minus 4 is 4. So now we will isolate x. To do that, we're going to have to get rid of the 2. X divided by 2, so we do the opposite or the inverse. And to do that, we multiply by 2. So we multiply both sides by 2. These will cancel. It leaves us with x equals 4 times 2, which is 8. Again, you can check it. We won't take the time to do that now. Let's look at number 3. 3 times x minus 5 equals 7. So we want to isolate the 3x, or the variable term. We have a negative 5, so we need to add 5 to both sides. That leaves us with 3x equals 7 plus 5, which is 12. We need to isolate x. Remember, this is 3 times x equals 12, so we're going to divide both sides by 3. These will cancel. X equals 12 divided by 3, which is 4. X equals 4. Let's take a look at number 4. So we have x divided by 5 plus 2 equals 12. We want to isolate the x divided by 5. We've got a positive 2, so we subtract 2 from both sides. 2 minus 2 is 0. That leaves us with x divided by 5 equals 12 minus 2, which is 10. Now we need to isolate the x. X divided by 5. So we do the opposite and we multiply both sides by 5. These cancel and we get x equals 10 times 5, and 10 times 5 is 50. So hopefully you were able to take your two lessons, 10 and 11, combine them into solving two-step equations. If you're still having issues with this, it would be a good idea to send me an email. I can give you some extra help or some extra problems to work on. Let's go ahead and turn to the back side to homework number 12. Good thing again is that we only have 4 problems. You do need to show your work just like we did on the video. So show your work and you're going to solve problems 1 through 4 for homework. It will be due when we get back to school in August.